Have you ever felt so angry you wanted to escape to a whole new world? Well, today we're diving into a classic story that does just that. It's about a boy's wild imagination, a world filled with incredible monsters, and a journey that ultimately leads him right back to where he belongs, home with love. This is the unforgettable tale of Where the Wild Things Are. Our story begins with a boy named Max, full of mischief and boundless energy. One evening, he puts on his wolf suit and starts wreaking havoc. He makes a fort with his blankets, chases the dog with a fork, and generally turns his house upside down. His mom, frustrated, calls him a wild thing, and Max, in his fiery mood, retorts, "I'll eat you up." This outburst is the final straw. As punishment, Max is sent to his room without any supper. Alone in his room, Max's anger and frustration begin to brew. He feels misunderstood and isolated. But then, something truly magical starts to happen. The four walls of his bedroom begin to melt away. Trees sprout from the floor, growing taller and taller until their leaves form a ceiling. Vines creep up the walls, and suddenly, his room is no longer a room. It is transformed into a dense, moonlit forest with an entire ocean right at its edge. An adventure is calling, and Max is ready to answer. A private boat with his name on it appears, waiting for him by the shore of this new ocean. Without a second thought, Max steps aboard and sets sail. He leaves his anger and his empty stomach behind, sailing away from his familiar world. He sails through day and night, for weeks and almost over a year, across a vast, mysterious sea. He's on a voyage to an unknown land, a place he's never seen before, a place where he can be as wild as he feels. Finally, his boat reaches the shore of an island. And this isn't just any island. It's inhabited by enormous, peculiar creatures. These are the wild things. They have terrible roars, gnash their terrible teeth, roll their terrible eyes, and show their terrible claws. At first glance, they are loud, ferocious, and incredibly frightening. They seem ready to make Max their next meal. But Max is not afraid. In fact, he feels a connection to their wildness. Instead of running away, Max stands his ground. He looks directly into their yellow eyes without blinking once. He performs a magic trick of his own. He tames them. He stares them down. And the wild things, who have never seen such bravery, are completely mesmerized. They see in Max a spirit even wilder than their own. His fearless gaze calms their roars and stops their gnashing. In that moment, fear transforms into respect, and the power dynamic shifts completely. The once fearsome monsters are now in awe of this little boy in a wolf suit. They recognize his untamed spirit and decide he is the wildest thing of all. So, they do the only thing that makes sense. They make him their king. They place a crown on his head and declare him the king of all wild things. Max, who just a short while ago was a punished little boy, is now a ruler in a land of monsters. He finally has a kingdom where his wildness is not just accepted, but celebrated. With Max as their king, the real fun begins. "Let the wild rumpus start," he commands. And what a rumpus it is! They howl at the moon. They swing from the trees, and they march in a parade through the forest. It's a chaotic, joyous, and utterly wild celebration. They dance and roar together, a perfect harmony of untamed energy. For a while, this is everything Max could have ever wanted. He is in complete control, free to be as wild as he desires, with subjects who adore him for it. But even in the middle of the wildest rumpus, a different feeling starts to creep into Max's heart. After the cheering and the dancing, a quiet loneliness begins to set in. He's the king of this incredible, wild world, but he starts to miss something. He misses the smell of his home. He misses the comfort of his own room. Most of all, he realizes he misses being somewhere where someone loved him best of all. The thrill of being king of the wild things starts to fade as a deep longing for home takes its place. So, Max makes a difficult decision. He gives up being king. He tells the wild things he must leave, and they are heartbroken. They cry, "Oh, please don't go, we'll eat you up. We love you so." But Max's mind is made up. He steps back into his private boat and waves goodbye, leaving the land of the wild things behind. He sails back across the ocean, back through the year, and back through the weeks and the day. He finally arrives back in his own room. The forest has disappeared, the ocean is gone, and everything is just as he left it. And there, waiting for him on his little table, is his supper. And the most wonderful part, it's still hot. In that moment, Max understands. He had his grand adventure, he tamed the wildest of monsters, and he became a king. But the greatest feeling of all was returning home to find that he was still loved. His imagination gave him an incredible escape, but love and family were the safe harbor he truly longed for. This beautiful story reminds us that it's okay to have big, wild feelings. Our imagination can be a powerful place to explore them, but it also teaches us that no matter how far we roam, there's nothing quite like the comfort and love that awaits us at home. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey to where the wild things are. If you enjoyed this story, please hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures. See you next time!